everyone. I'm here with Eric Wong. Eric is part of NASA Mid-Atlantic, and we met Eric, I think it was a year ago at Watkins Glen. Yeah, Watkins Glen. Eric does time trial and wheel-to-wheel in the GTS3, all right? But today, Eric, we want to learn about your journey in TT. You know, how did you start? Like, did you get right into road racing, or were you like a kart guy?
So I'm pretty old school. I started in 2001, 2002 in HPDE.
Okay.
Did a whole bunch of instructing, and then wanted to do some competing.
Okay.
So I actually I didn't do the normal DE to TT track.
Okay.
I went straight into racing, and then did TT to get more track time, to help with setting up the car. And then that was fun. It was like a different group of people, and it's actually a much different strategy than racing.
So basically, you got your competition license, went wheel to wheel, and then added TT to your whole menu. Yeah, so there's an advantage to doing that, because I guess with TT you get to learn the lines better, right?
You learn the lines, and you have to learn to be quick on that one lap.
Right.
Whereas in racing, it's not necessarily about the perfect line. It's more of like racecraft and being consistent. But in TT, you have to go out there first lap, second lap, and you just have to be fast.
Right. Okay.
Right out of the box.
Great. Tell us about the car. So, is this the original race car? Why did you choose the BMW platform? This is the E46.
Yes. So I started with an E36 that I stole from my sister.
Love that strategy.
Then my wife had an E36, and then I took her E36 and turned it into a race car.
Do they still talk to you?
I'm still married, and she's still my sister. But yeah, that was a good chassis. It's really easy to set up. And then the E46 was like a progression from that. So like faster, a little bit wider, but same overall suspension setup and everything. So it's really easy to move from E36 to E46.
Okay.
So I moved to this car, had this for a long time, and then I got bored, and I was like, what should I do? So I went a little crazy and put a S65 in it. So it's an S65 E46.
That's why it looks so familiar. I forgot it's an E46. So this is the S65, the V8 that we have in the E92.
That's your motor.
That's our motor. That's why it looks familiar.
So yeah, Randy at Epic Tuning, or Epic Motorsports, did the swap, did the tuning, everything. It's got your usual. Everything else is pretty much spec. Like everybody in GTS3 runs like the MCS suspension.
Remote three-way or four-way?
It's a three-way.
Three-way. Okay.
I'm not good enough to tinker that much.
How much does the car weigh with you in it, and what is the horsepower at the wheels?
So it's 3,300 pounds about, roughly. It's a detuned motor, so I could fit in the class.
Got it.
I want to say peak is. Actually, I don't know what peak is. Average is somewhere around like 320 something. 330, 320, 330.
Okay. Tell us about the aero you have, because you know with BMW you need a lot of downforce.
So the aero is made by Klaus.
Klaus, okay.
Used to be at World, which I get a lot of my parts from. He did the front splitter and he did the wing. It's a swan neck wing.
So tell us about the wheel and tire setup that you're using.
So these are 18 by 10 World forged wheels, and I run 285 Hoosier R7s. Okay. That's a general tire. Some people run A7s, but ours work well.
Okay. We always want to know, why don't you run a wider tire?
Limited by the car, the chassis. So unless you go wide body, 285 is about the limit.
But the class allows a wider.
GTS allows it. ST, you take a penalty.
Okay, got it. All right, let's do a walk around. I see PFC brakes here. Can you tell us a little bit about the brakes?
Yep, it's a PFC big brake kit. It's also a Bimmerol design Z45 caliper. You can get away with running stock calipers on this car to save money if you wanted to, but it's a little splurge of mine, so did that. The rear is actually a stock caliper.
Okay, all right.
With PFC discs. So they're I'm actually right about to change my rear pads. They're kind of low.
Yeah, we take it to the limit. And this is the Klaus wing. This is the
swan neck. So you can see the beautiful.
It is beautiful. I think a swan neck is in our future. Look at that. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
I told them the most important thing was to make it shiny. So.
and they did a really good job. It's very nice. Very nice. All right. What's inside? Are you running you got a lightweight battery? What's going on inside?
So inside, it's just it's an Optima
nice.
battery kit. Also, you can get that from Dimmer World. They make a bracket and everything for many different chassis, and then they stick that lighter weight battery in there.
Okay, that's nice. All right.
That's a diff cooler pump to the heat exchanger there, and that's it.
That's nice. All right, let's take a look at the cockpit. You've got an AIM system, right?
So back when I started, that AIM was pretty new, but now it's now they've gotten fancy.
So tell us about the safety here. We've got the bucket seat, fire suppression, full cage.
Yeah, full cage. It's got a lifeline fire system in it. Yeah, it's not too much. Sparkle seat. Custom painted helmet from Octane Visual.
Because you got to look good and be fast.
Yeah, also shiny.
Also, it's got to be the shiny.
Yeah, everything. Car is ceramic coated from products from Detailer's Domain. He's up in northern New Jersey, but it's got to be shiny.
It does.
That's my thing.
It does look good. Eric, what's your best advice for people who might want to get into TT?
I would say don't be scared. Just go out there and have fun. I mean, TT is a really safe group. Everybody is respectful of one another, and everybody's real nice. I met you guys.
Yeah.
And everybody's really willing to give you tips on how to get faster, and I mean, everybody just wants to compete. So it's a safe group. Everybody is nice, and it's a great way to get your feet wet competing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And it's always a treat to see Eric at the track. So coming up to the region, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, and the camaraderie. I mean, not only like within the region, but between the regions. It's awesome. So, future plans, Eric?
I'm gonna probably stick with this chassis, E46, for a while. I was toying with the idea of getting an M2 competition factory race car, but money.
Yeah, that's always the limiting. All right, well, thank you for sharing all that, and good luck today.
Thank you,
safe
guys.
drives home.
Yeah, you too.